Welcome back to the Explainer. So today, we're doing a highly focused micro-explainer on a single, really fascinating piece of source material. And it's one that reveals exactly why sexual myths just keep persisting in our daily lives. Now, the text we're deconstructing today is, well, it's incredibly brief, but it offers this really profound look into our cultural conditioning. Here is that source line. Why women think about sex less or more than you assume. Sounds simple enough, right? But the implications hidden within those 12 little words, they are absolutely huge.
Okay, let's dive into this. What is your baseline assumption about how often women think about sex? Seriously, take a second and think about it. Before we even start processing the deeper meaning of this statement, we kind of have to look inward. Because when you think about the subject, women thinking about sex, your brain immediately pulls up a cultural script, like automatically. You're filling in a blank based entirely on societal conditioning and these daily cultural myths we're surrounded by. Are you assuming it's, I don't know, constantly, rarely, maybe somewhere right in the middle? Honestly, the mere fact we even have a predetermined baseline is exactly why this source sentence is so brilliant. It literally calls us out. It hits the nail on the head regarding a core reason why these myths stick around, because we stubbornly rely on these assumed baselines instead of just acknowledging individual dynamic realities.
And notice how the core variables here, less and more, really illustrate that reality just isn't a monolith. The source explicitly uses both of these concepts together to basically deconstruct the whole idea of a fixed standard. It's telling us that the actual frequency fluctuates wildly between these variable extremes, rather than just matching up with some single universal number we've made up in our heads. I mean, think about it. A person might lean toward less during one phase of their life and then more in another phase. Or two totally different people might sit completely on opposite ends of the spectrum. The text really forces us to abandon the myth of the average. There's absolutely no single uniform answer when it comes to human thought and desire. So, bringing this all back to our complete picture, let's look at the full quote again. Why women think about sex less or more than you assume. The absolutely crucial point is actually hiding right there in those last three words. Let's isolate that phrase, then you assume. You see, the true subject of this text isn't really a statistical measurement of frequency at all. It's a direct critique of the observer. It's a critique of us. It points straight to the deep flaws in our own societal assumptions. The real reason we get it wrong, the reason these myths just keep persisting day after day, is because we keep trying to measure incredibly complex human behavior against our own completely flawed, preconceived yardsticks. So I'm going to leave you with this final, provocative thought. If your basic assumptions are as inherently flawed as our source suggests, what other ingrained facts about human behavior are you holding on to right now that desperately need to be questioned?